Hello students, in last videos we have discussed about Heron's formula. Okay, today we will discuss about next chapter, that is probability. First of all, we must know about probability. Probability means, in simple language we can say that possibility of an event to occur or not. It means probability means is an event be likely to occur. इट मीन्स आपके पास क्या है, कोई भी इवेंट है जो वो अक्कर होगा या नहीं होगा. किस तरीके से एग्जांपल लेते हैं हम. फॉर एग्जांपल आप क्या करते हो, कोई डे है, पर्टिकुलर डे, उस दिन हम ऑब्जर्व करते हैं. ठीक है, अगर क्लाउड्स हैं तो हम क्या ऑब्जर्वेशन लगा सकते हैं कि मे बी क्या हो सकता है, रेन हो सकती है. ठीक है, बट ऐसा क्या है, कंपल्सरी नहीं है कि अगर क्लाउड्स हैं स्काई के अंदर तो आपके पास क्या होगी, रेन होगी. ये कंपल्सरी नहीं है, बट हम पॉसिबिलिटी लगा सकते हैं. ठीक है, और ये क्या कहलाती है, प्रोबेबिलिटी. अनदर एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं, टॉसिंग ऑफ अ कॉइन. फॉर एग्जांपल हम किसी कॉइन को टॉस करते हैं. ठीक है, अगर आपने कॉइन को टॉस किया है तो आपके पास दो ही पॉसिबिलिटी है, या तो उस कॉइन पर हेड आएगा या फिर आपके पास क्या आएगा, टेल आएगा. ठीक है, दोनों में से एक ही पॉसिबिलिटी है. तो ये आपके पास इसका एग्जांपल है प्रोबेबिलिटी का. इट मींस आइदर हेड विल कम और टेल विल कम. क्लियर? Now, if we do any trial, or you can say that experiment. What is an experiment? Experiment क्या है आपके पास? ठीक है, एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या होता है आपके पास, जिसके अंदर दो या उससे ज्यादा आउटकम हो, हैविंग टू और मोर आउटकम्स. एक्सपेरिमेंट इज एन एक्शन व्हिच हैव टू और मोर आउटकम्स. एन एक्शन व्हिच हैज टू और मोर आउटकम्स. Now, next thing in it is event. Okay, what is an event? आपके पास क्या है, आपने कोई एक्सपेरिमेंट किया, उसके अंदर क्या हो सकते हैं, दो या उससे ज्यादा आउटकम हो सकते हैं. अब आपके पास इवेंट क्या होगा, हम प्रोबेबिलिटी किसकी फाइंड आउट करते हैं, इवेंट की प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंड आउट करते हैं. ठीक है, इवेंट आपके पास क्या है, फॉर एग्जांपल आपने क्या किया, कॉइन को टॉस किया, तो आपके पास या तो हेड आएगा या फिर रिजल्टेंट में टेल आएगा. ठीक है, आइदर हेड और टेल, या तो आपके पास हेड आए या फिर आपके पास क्या है, टेल आए. तो दोनों ही क्या है, इवेंट है. अकरिंग ऑफ हेड इज ऑल्सो एन इवेंट एंड अकरिंग ऑफ टेल इज ऑल्सो एन इवेंट. ओके, अ ग्रुप ऑफ आउटकम्स फ्रॉम एन एक्सपेरिमेंट. एक्सपेरिमेंट के अंदर जो आपके पास आउटकम्स आए हैं उसके अंदर से अगर हम ग्रुप लें आउटकम्स का, 1 और 2 और 3 आउटकम्स, देन इट इज नोन एज इवेंट. क्लियर? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, एक्सपेरिमेंट के लिए आप एग्जाम्पल ले सकते हैं, टॉसिंग ऑफ अ कॉइन और टॉसिंग ऑफ ए कॉइन, या आप डाइस जो होती है आपको उसको भी टॉस कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, रोलिंग ऑफ अ डाइस. ठीक है, ये दोनों ही आपके पास किसके एग्जांपल हैं, एक्सपेरिमेंट के. और इवेंट का एग्जांपल क्या होगा, अकरिंग ऑफ हेड or tail on टॉसिंग अ कॉइन। क्लियर, आपने क्या किया है, कॉइन को टॉस किया, तो या तो आपके पास हेड आए या फिर आपके पास क्या है, टेल आए, वो क्या है आपके पास एक इवेंट कहलाएगा। ठीक है, अब जो एक्सपेरिमेंट हम कंसीडर करते हैं, आपके पास एक्सपेरिमेंट 2 टाइप्स के होते हैं, लेकिन हम रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट कंसीडर करते हैं। ठीक है, तो रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट क्या है आपके पास, एक्सपेरिमेंट इज ऑफ 2 टाइप्स। फर्स्ट इज डिटर्मिनिस्टिक and next is random। डिटर्मिनिस्टिक क्या है आपके पास, आप जिसको डिटरमाइन कर सकते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल आप लैब के अंदर एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं, ठीक है, तो हमें पहले से ही रिजल्ट पता होता है कि उसका कैसा कलर होगा। ठीक है, जो आपके पास सॉल्यूशन बनेगा उसका कलर कैसा होगा। ठीक है, तो इसका एग्जांपल ले सकते हो आप, सॉल्यूशन इन लैब। Second is random experiment. For example, tossing a coin. रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट में आपके पास क्या होता है, फिक्स रिजल्टेंट होता है। ठीक है, कि रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट अगर आपने किया है, फॉर एग्जांपल आपने कॉइन को टॉस किया, तो आपके पास या तो हेड आएगा या फिर टेल आएगा, लेकिन आप पहले नहीं बता सकते, कॉइन को देखकर आप पहले से नहीं बता सकते कि जो रिजल्टेंट होगा आपके पास वो हेड होगा या फिर टेल होगा। ठीक है, इसलिए उसको क्या बोलते हैं, रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट। ओके, नाउ व्हाट इज द फॉर्मूला टू कैलकुलेट प्रोबेबिलिटी। In 9th class we read experimental or you can say that empirical probability। ठीक है, हमने प्रोबेबिलिटी को एक्सपेरिमेंटल या एम्पेरिकल प्रोबेबिलिटी क्यों बोला है। ठीक है, क्योंकि इसके अंदर हम क्या करेंगे, जो एक्सपेरिमेंट करेंगे, आपके पास जो एक्सपेरिमेंट होगा, एक्सपेरिमेंट को करने के बाद जो भी रिजल्टेंट आएगा उसके अकॉर्डिंग हम क्या करते हैं, प्रोबेबिलिटी फाइंड आउट करते हैं। फॉर एग्जांपल आपने 5 टाइम्स कॉइन को टॉस किया, 5 टाइम्स कॉइन इज टॉस्ड, देन वी फाइंड resultant in each throw। For example, first time we get head, second time we also get head, third time we get tail, fourth time we get tail, and fifth time we get head। Clear? It means resultants are head, head, tail, tail, head। Head is 3 times and tail is 2 times। Clear? For experimental probability we do the experiment, and the formula for experimental probability is number of trials in which event occur divided by total number of trials। That means trials when our event occur। For example, we are tossing a coin 5 times and resultant we can see 3 times head and 2 times tail। Clear? Then number of trials in which event occur। For example, we have to find out the probability of occurring of head। Clear? Probability of occurring of head, then that will be equal to number of times when head comes, 1 2 3, 3 times head comes, and total number of trials are 1 2 3 4 and 5। Clear? In that experiment probability of occurring of head will be 3 divided by 5. Clear? Second thing, probability lies between 0 and 1. That means probability cannot be less than 0 and cannot be greater than 1. That means probability of any event E always lie between 0 to 1. Clear? Second thing. Third thing, probability of occurring of an event. Occurring of an event E plus probability of not occurring of an event E is equal to 1. That means sum of probabilities of occurring of an event and not occurring of an event is always equal to 1. That means if probability of occurring of any event is given to us, then we can calculate probability of not occurring of that event. Clear? Probability of occurring of an event plus probability of not occurring of that event always is equal to 1. Clear? Next is probability of all events probability of all events in an experiment gives sum equal to 1. That means, for example, we consider an experiment, tossing of a dice. For example, we consider rolling a dice. And we know that on dice there is number from 1 to 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Clear? Then probability of 1 will be equal to 1 comes only one time, 1 divided by total number of trials 6. Similarly, probability of 2 is also equal to 1 divided by 6. Similarly, probability of 3, that will be equal to 3 occur only one time, that is equal to 1 divided by 6. Similarly, probability of 4 is equal to 1 by 6. Probability of 5 is equal to 1 by 6. And probability of 6 is also equal to 1 by 6. If we add all the probabilities of events occurring in rolling of a dice, probability of 1 plus probability of 2 plus probability of 3 plus probability of 4 plus probability of 5 plus probability of 6, that will be equal to 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 6 up to 1 by 6. Clear? If we take LCM 6, then 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. That will be equal to 6 divided by 6, that is equal to 1. Clear? That means in any experiment, total probability of all events is always equal to 1. Clear? Now, we can take some examples. For example, a coin is tossed 1,000 times. A coin is tossed 1,000 times with following frequencies. Frequency of head is 455 and frequency of tail is 545. We have to compute probability for each event. That means we have to calculate probability for occurring of head and probability for occurring of tail. Firstly, total number of trials. Total number of trials, that is equal to 1,000. It is given in the question. Then in first we calculate probability of occurring of head. Then trials, number of trials in which head occurs, that is equal to 455. Then probability for occurring of head, that is equal to 455 divided by 1000, can be written as 0.455. Clear? Now secondly, we have to calculate probability for occurring of tail. Then number of times of trials when tail occur is 545 and total number of trials is 1000. That will be equal to 0.545. And we know that probability of occurring of all events in an experiment is also equal to 1. So we can check it. Probability of occurring of head plus probability of occurring of tail, that must be equal to 1. 0.455 plus 0.545. If we add it, 5 plus 5 10, 5 plus 4 9 plus 1 carry 10, 5 plus 4 9 plus 1 carry 10. 0.1 plus 0 1, that will be equal to 1. Clearly? Here the result is proof that sum of all events of an experiment is equal to 1. Clear? Next example. Two coins are tossed simultaneously. We tosses two coins 500 times. That means total number of trials that is equal to 500 and frequency for two heads is equal to 105 times. For one head is 275 times. Next, no head 120 times. We have to compute probability for each event. Clear? First of all, we find probability for two head. then number of trials when 2 heads occur is 105 times, and total number of trials are 500. 5 2s are 10, 5 1s are 5. 105 is 500. That is equal to 21 divided by 100. That is equal to 0.21. Clear? Now next event is probability of occurring of one head, and we know that for occurring of one head, number of trials when one head occur is 275 times divided by total number of trials are 500. 5 5s are 25, 5 5s are 25 divided by 100. 55 divided by 100, that is equal to 0.55. Third one is probability of getting no head, and we know that number of trials when no head occur is equal to 120 times. 120 divided by total 500. Clear? 5 2s are 10, 5 4s are 20. 105s are 500. 24 divided by 100, that is equal to 0.24. Clear? Now next example is a die is thrown 1000 times. A die is thrown 1000 times. That means total number of trials. That is equal to 1000. With the frequencies for the outcomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 as given in the table. Outcome and frequency. One 179 times, 2 150 times, 3 157 times, 4 149 times, 5 175 times and 6 190 times. Clear? And we have to find the probability of getting each outcome. Clear? First of all, we have to calculate probability for occurring of outcome of 1. Clear? Probability of occurring of outcome 1. That will be equal to number of trials when 1 occur is equal to 179 divided by total number of outcome, that is equal to 1000. That is equal to 0.179. Similarly, probability of occurring of 2, that is equal to 150 divided by 1000. Clear? 0.15. Similarly, we can calculate probability of occurring of 3, that is equal to 157 divided by 1000. That is equal to 0.157. Similarly, we can calculate probability of occurring of 4, that will be equal to 149 divided by 1000, that is equal to 0.149. Similarly, probability of occurring of 5 will be 175 divided by 1000, that is equal to 0.175. Similarly, probability of occurring of 6 will be 190 divided by 1000, that is equal to 0.1. Okay, we can calculate probability of all events, and if we add probability of all events, then it will be equal to 1. Clear? You can check it by adding all the probabilities. Next is in a cricket match, a batsman hits a boundary. Six times out of 30 balls she plays. Find the probability that she did not hit a boundary. In the question, we have given that in a cricket match, a batswoman hits a boundary 6 times out of 30 balls she plays. It means total number of balls she played is equal to 30, and the number of balls on which she hits a boundary is 6 times, and we have to find the probability that she didn't hit a boundary. Clear? That means total number of trials, that is equal to 30, and number of trials when she did not hit a boundary. That is equal to total number of trials minus number of times when she hits a boundary. That is equal to 30 minus 6. That is equal to 24. It means 24 times she didn't hit boundary. Clear? Now let probability of number of trials when she didn't hit a boundary is denoted by event PE, probability of E. Then probability of E will be 24 divided by total number of events, that is equal to 30. Clear? 6 4s are 24, 6 5s are 30. That is equal to 4 divided by 5 in decimal representation 0.8. Clearly? First of all, total number of trials are given to us, that is equal to 30, and number of trials when she hits a boundary is 6 times. Okay, and we have to calculate probability when she did not hit a boundary. Firstly, we have to calculate the number of times when she didn't hit a boundary. That will be equal to 30 minus 6, that is equal to 24. And probability of number of trial when she didn't hit a boundary, that will be 24 by 30. We can calculate it by another method. We have given that number of trials when she hit a boundary, that is equal to 6. Clear? Let of trials when she hits a boundary is denoted by event E. Then probability of E, that is equal to 6 divided by 30. That means 1 by 5. Clear? And we have to calculate probability when she did not hit a boundary. That means probability of not occurring of E. And we know that probability of occurring of any event plus probability of not occurring of an event, that is equal to 1. And we are given that probability of E is 1 by 5 plus probability of not of E, that is equal to 1. Then probability of not occurring event E will be 1 minus 1 by 5. By taking LCM 5 ones are 5 minus 1, that is equal to 4 by 5. Clear? We can use any method to calculate the probability. Clear? But the answer will remain same. Next is the report of a weather station shows that out of the past 250 consecutive days, its weather forecast were correct 175 times. It means क्या है? रिकॉर्ड जो है वेदर स्टेशन का शो करता है कि पास्ट 250 कंसेक्यूटिव डेज, कंसेक्यूटिव मींस होता है कंटिन्यूअस, लगातार जो दिन है, पिछले 250 कंसेक्यूटिव डेज से वेदर जो फोरकास्टिंग है वो करेक्ट कब हुई है? 175 टाइम्स. क्लियर? Then total number of trials, total number of trials is equal to 250 days. Clear? And weather forecast were correct 175 times. Weather forecast correct 175 times. We have to calculate probability that on a given day it was correct. Clear? That means probability that weather forecast was correct. Probability for correct forecast. That will be correct forecast 175 times divided by total number of trial, that is equal to 250. Clear? 5 5s are 25, 0. 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25, 5 7s are 35, 5 10s are 50. That is equal to 7 by 10 can be written as 0.7. Now we have to calculate in second part that what is the probability that it was not correct on a given day. That means probability of forecast was not correct, incorrect forecast, or you can write incorrect forecast. That will be equal to number of times when weather forecast was not correct. That will be equal to 250 minus 175 divided by total 250. That is equal to 10 minus 5, 5, 14 minus 7, 7 divided by 250. 25 3s are 75, 25 10s are 250. That is equal to 0.3. Or by second method, we can calculate that correct forecast is represented by E event. Then probability of E plus probability of E naught, that is equal to 1, and we have to calculate probability of E naught, that is equal to 1 minus probability of E, that is equal to 0.7, 0.3. We can use any method, but the answer will remain same. Clear? Firstly, total number of trials are given to us, that is equal to 250 days, and weather forecast was correct 175 times. Then probability for correct forecast will be 175 divided by total number of times, that is equal to 250, that is equal to 7 by 10. And forecast was not correct or incorrect forecast, that is equal to 75 divided by 250, that is equal to 0.3, or we can calculate it by 1 minus probability of E. Clear? Answer will remain same. Now you have to sort out that question and write down the answer in comment box. Question is 1500 families with 2 children were selected randomly, and the following data were recorded. Number of girls in a family, and number of families. If number of girls in a family is 2, then number of families is 475. Similarly, families having one girl child is 814 and having no girl child is 211. Clear? Compute the probability of a family chosen at random. First is having 2 girls, second is 1 girl, and third one is no girl child. Clear? You have to solve this question in your notebooks. Okay students, if you like the video, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get notification for next video.